Yeah, hi everyone. This is Sugnakar Mamedala, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. So today our lecture topic is Norton's theorem. So earlier we discussed different types of theorems. So already we know well aware of how to calculate voltage, how to calculate the equivalent resistance by using Thevenin's theorem. In similar way, we are going to find current and equivalent resistance and load current by using Thevenin theorem like Norton's theorem. Okay. See here, each and every theorem having its own statement. Similarly, Norton's theorem also having its own statement. Okay. So now we are going to start with the statement. Okay. So how we can state Norton's theorem? Now you can see here, any linear two terminal network having voltage, current, resistances, then the circuit can be replaced by a single current source in parallel with the single resistance. So is it clear? So once again I am repeating, any linear two terminal network having voltage, current, resistances, then the circuit can be replaced by a single current source in parallel with a single resistance. Okay. Now you can see how we can prove this single current source and single resistance. What is the aim of Norton's theorem? Now we can see here, the main aim of this Norton's theorem to determine Norton current, Norton resistance and load current. Okay. So now whatever the network is given, so that network we are going to simplify and modify and bring into simple circuit, that is single current source in parallel with a single resistance. Now you can see I will take one example here. Okay. Now our topic is Norton's theorem. Norton's theorem. Now you can see here. So I am giving here one example. I am taking one difficult or complex or simple circuit. Whatever the circuit which is taking, so the circuit can be replaced by a single current source in parallel with the single resistance. Okay. So this is I am taking here, this is R1 and this is R2 resistance and this is R3 and this is load resistance. I am taking here load terminals A and B terminals. So here I am taking here voltage, this is the voltage. Okay. So this one example I am taking here, this is the network. So which I am going to simplify this network into single current source in parallel with a single resistance. So already I said the main aim of this Norton's theorem to determine Norton current and load current, load resistance or Norton resistance and load current. So this is our aim. So you should focus on these three terms. By using this network we can simplify and apply the statement and you can find the Norton current and Norton resistance and load current. Now you can see here how we can find the Norton current and Norton resistance and load current. Now you can see we have some procedures are there. So we can apply that techniques or procedure, so we will get the answer. Now you can see first procedure to find the Norton current. How we can find the Norton's current for a given network. Now you can see we can apply simple techniques. First condition is short circuit the load resistance. Short circuit the load resistance. So this is the first condition. This is the first condition to determine the or to find the Norton current. Second one is apply any one technique. Already we know techniques, Kirchhoff current law or current division rule. Current division rule. Current division rule. So you can apply any one of the techniques, either current division rule or Kirchhoff current law to this network, then you will get the Norton's current. Now I am going to apply the same technique in this network. First I am going to apply first technique, short circuit the load resistance. So now I am going to short circuit the load resistance. So where is the load resistance is connected? Where is the load resistance? So this is the voltage source. Yes, the load resistance which is connected between A and B terminals. So now I am going to short circuit. Short circuit means I am going to, instead of that one, I am going to write thick line here. So here I am going to write short circuit. Okay, simply I am short circuited the load resistance. Second one is apply Kirchhoff current law or current division rule to determine Norton's current. So earlierly we know current division rule. How we can find the, apply the current division rule to find the current in any element in a parallel circuit? Total current into opposite resistance by total resistance in the parallel circuit. So here total current is not given. How we can calculate the total current? So by simplifying the circuit first. Now you can see this short circuit resistance value is always 0. Short circuit resistance value is always 0. 0 in series with the R2. What is the value? 0 plus R2. R2. So now you can see R2 is parallel with the R3. So when the resistance are in parallel, what is the equivalent? R2 into R3 by R2 plus R3. So this is the equivalent part of this combination of this R2 and R3. Then this is series with the R1. This is series with the R1. Then you will get, what is the equation you will get? This is the positive and negative of voltage source, and this is the R1, and this is the circuit you will get. This is the combination of this one. So finally, what is the total current delivering from the voltage source? IT is equal to V divided by R1 plus this combination R2 into R3 by R2 plus R3. So this is the total current. If you know the total current, then easy to get the Norton's current by applying Kirchhoff current law, or else you can apply Kirchhoff voltage current division rule. So now you can see after getting this one, so this is the total current delivering from the circuit. So what is the total current delivering from the circuit? IT is equal to V divided by R1 plus R2 into R3 by R2 plus R3. Now you can see. So after getting this one Norton current, where you will get this Norton current? Norton current is the short circuit current. Norton current is the short circuit current. The Norton current is equal to, what is the total current? IT into, what is the opposite resistance of this combination? This one. Opposite resistance is which one? R3 divided by total resistance in parallel circuit. What is the total resistance here? R2 plus R3. So Norton currents, this is the Norton currents. Norton current IN is equal to total current delivering from the circuit, that is IT, into opposite resistance of the short circuit one. What is the opposite resistance of short circuit one? R3. This is R3 divided by total resistance in parallel. So only these two resistors are in parallel. So then you will get R2 plus R3. So this is the way we can find the short circuit current or Norton current by using current division rule for a given network. Is it clear? Yes. Yes, we have to apply only Kirchhoff current law or current division. Why? Because it is a parallel circuit. So earlier we discussed Kirchhoff current law is applicable only in a parallel circuit. Where the current is divisible, there is a chance to apply Kirchhoff current law. Okay? The same way we are going to apply current division. Where the current is dividing, so we are applying this rule, direct method, to find the current in any parallel element by using this current division rule. Okay? So next one is to find the Norton's resistance. How to find the Norton's resistance for a given network? Can anyone guess? Because already earlier we discussed in Thevenin's theorem. What are the procedures? Anyone? So by using this network, how we can find the Norton's resistance? Yes, if you want to find Norton's resistance or equivalent resistance for any given network, the load must be open circuited. Very good. Here the load resistance I am going to here open circuited. First case, whatever the circuit is given, if you want to find equivalent resistance or Norton resistance, you must and should open the load resistance from your given network. So here I open the first condition is I am going to apply load resistance is open circuited. What about second one? Voltage source should be short circuited. Voltage source should be short circuited and current source is open circuited. Current source is open circuited. So you can apply two techniques for any kind of network, so you will get the equivalent resistance of a network. Okay, so now I am going to apply these two techniques for this network, then I will get the answer. So first condition is RL is open circuited. So where RL is connected? Between A and B. So first I am going to draw as it is. This is R1 and this is R2. This is R1, R1 and R2 and this is R3. Okay, R1, R2, R3. So this I am going to write. So I am going to open the load resistance. So I remove the load resistance between A and B. So my aim is to find the Norton resistance between these open circuit terminals. Second condition apply. Voltage source is short circuited and current source should be open circuited. So what are the source we have for a given network? You can observe. What are the source we have? Only voltage source. So we have only voltage source. So that you can short circuit the voltage source. Here I am going to short circuit the voltage. So here the voltage source should be short circuited. Your voltage source is short circuited and the load is open, then you can observe the R1 and R2 and R3 are connected in parallel or series. You can identify first. So this is a closed path, so that we can calculate from this side first. So here R1 and R3 you can observe these two are connected in series or parallel? Yes, parallel. These two are connected in parallel. When the resistance are connected in parallel, what is the equivalent? Yes, R1 into R3 by R1 plus R3. Then you will get here R1 into R3 by R1 plus R3. So you can write as it is R2. So this is the equivalent value of these two combination R1 and R3. So I am going to write here R2 is as it is, this is R2. So this is the A terminal and this is the B terminal. My aim is to find Norton resistance between A and B. Okay. So now you can see how to get this Rn between A and B. Now you can observe. By observing these two elements, so R2 and this combination of this is connected in series. When the resistance are connected in series, what is the equivalent? Very good. R1 plus R2 and so on. Rn. Now you can see. Then Rn is equal to R2 plus, what is the combination? This one, this combination. R1 into R3 by R1 plus R3. Okay, so this is the equivalent resistance or Norton's resistance, or else you can call it simply the resistance which is connected between A and B. Then you can write RAB also. Okay, so after getting this Norton current and Norton resistance, we have to observe the statement. What statement said? Any circuit can be replaced by a single current source in parallel with a single resistance. So after getting these IN and RN, you have to draw the equivalent circuit. So in equivalent circuit consists of, what are the terms? IN and RN. So this is the IN, this is the Norton current, and this is the Norton resistance. So what is the value of this Norton current? What is the value of Norton current? This one. Norton current is equal to total current into R3 divided by R2 plus R3. So this is the value of this one. And similarly, Norton resistance. What is the value of Norton resistance? So mathematically you can take this value to calculate the IN and RN. Okay. So now you can see after getting this one, so we have to draw the equivalent circuit. So this is the equivalent circuit of a Norton's theorem. So what we will do after getting the equivalent circuit? How we can calculate, how we can find the load current from this equivalent of Norton's? Can anyone say? Yes. So if you want to find the current, the circuit must be in closed path. Yes. That is why here I am going to add the load resistance. Then only it form a closed circuit. Okay. So my aim is to find the load current in load resistance. So where this load resistance is connected? Between A and B terminals. So now you can see, already we are well aware of this current division rule. So now you can apply current division rule or Kirchhoff current law, then you will get the answer. So how to calculate this IL? Then IL is equal to, you can apply same technique. IL is equal to total current. What is the total current from this circuit? IN. Then IN. IN into opposite resistance of load. What is the opposite resistance? RN divided by total resistance in parallel. So what are the resistance in parallel? Only two resistors are there. What are the resistance? RN and RL. Then you can directly take RN plus RL. So this is the load current. Okay. So is it clear? Yes, yes. You are very good out. So you can apply Kirchhoff current law also. You can apply Kirchhoff current law also. Because here I applied current division rule. So you can apply Kirchhoff current law. If you apply Kirchhoff current law, so you will get assigned some current here. This is suppose here Ix, I can assume Ix. How to get IL value? Apply Kirchhoff current law. This is a node. Then what are the currents entering? What are the currents leaving? You can identify at this node point. So here two currents are leaving and one current is entering. Then IN is equal to Ix plus IL. Then IL is equal to IN minus Ix. In a parallel circuit, voltage must be same. So you can use this kind of technique also. Okay? Is it clear? Yes. Thank you one and all.